This video is brought to you by Scout's Eyes. If you're a talented footballer and you want to get yourself in front of a scout, visit Scout's Eyes right now or click the link in the description.
Welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. The Euro's hotting up. We're going to be getting into the semi-finals, then at the weekend, the finals, and then that's it. It's over, right? We can concentrate fully on signings. Even though you've also got to look at it and say a lot of players have already come back. You know, Brazil are out of the Copa America, for instance. Our Brazilian boys are coming back. Most of the teams now in Europe are back, but still the top teams are there. And there's only 2 weeks to go now until our first pre-season game, which takes place over there in the United States of America. And Mikel Arteta looking to get these players in, the key signings that he's looking to bring in so that he can get a full pre-season, if possible, before that very difficult start to our season. And of course, the player that we've all been speaking about has been Riccardo Calafiori of Bologna. This looks like it's going to be Arsenal's first signing. I know Raya signed, but our first sort of proper signing of the transfer window. Reports saying that this deal is expected to be completed within the next 24 to 48 hours. I think it's more 48 hours than 24 hours, but it's all but done. A fee of £42 million plus bonuses has been agreed with Bologna. Personal terms were agreed about a week ago between Arsenal and Riccardo Calafiori. He's going to receive wages of around about £3.3 million per year. He's getting a 5-year contract until 2029, and he is going to become one of Mikel Arteta's sort of key signings for the summer. Great player in the Euros, performed brilliantly for Bologna last season, seen as one of the best defenders in Italian football, and he is going to be joining Arsenal unless there's any last-minute hiccup. It looks like this deal is done. By the way, if you want to get a real rundown on Calafiori, you've got to check out James, who's done a brilliant In Focus. You know, he does these videos in Focus, where he really takes a deep look at a player, what their strengths are, their weaknesses, what he can bring to Arsenal, his injury record, everything. James has broken it down in that video. I suggest if you want to find out more about Riccardo Calafiori, go and check that out. James has done all the hard work for you, so make sure you check it out. So if Calafiori is coming in, as I've been saying for days, what happens with Jakub Kawior? Very interesting today that yet another club from Italy are interested in signing him. This time, the champions, Inter Milan. They are interested in signing Jakub Kawior. It seems increasingly obvious that Kawior is going to be leaving Arsenal once Calafiori comes in. Some of the big heavyweights of Italian football want him. Remember, he's previously playing over there with Spezia before we bought him. It was a surprising signing. Did well last season. And now he is wanted by Inter Milan, AC Milan and Juventus, the three biggest clubs in Italian football, all after his signature. Now, according to the Italian publication Calcio Mercato, they claim that Arsenal want £25 million for him. Most of those clubs over in Italy don't want to pay that amount of money, but that's what Arsenal want, and why not? If you've got three the heavyweights bidding for him, we want to. I mean, I think it should be more, really and truly, but £25 million is what they're saying they want it for him. There could be, I think what's likely to happen here is that you could see Jakub Kawior going on loan to one of those three big Italian clubs with an option to buy it. Well, not an option to buy it, obligation to buy him at the end of that loan. So a 1-year loan with an obligation to buy him is what I can see happening with Jakub Kawior. But certainly, if Calafiori comes in, I'm going to be surprised if Kawior stays. And I was talking about it last night. We did on Playback, we did an AFTV Transfer Daily Extra. And there was one guy who came on and said, well, you know, we're leaving ourselves short in the centre-back position. actually we've got a lot of players that can cover centre-back, you know what I mean? And you've got, obviously, Saliba, you've got Gabriel Magalhaes, now you've got Calafiori, you've got Urian Timber, who used to play as a centre-back at Ajax. You've got Tomiyasu, who can also play as a centre-back, did it when he was at Bologna. And you've got Ben White, who used to be a centre-back when he was at Brighton. That's 6 players who can cover that position. So even Declan Rice has played as a centre-back before. So I don't think we would be short in that area whatsoever. So that's another reason why I can see Jakub Kawior moving on. This one was really out of the blue yesterday. It was David Ornstein of The Athletic who broke this story that Arsenal have been linked with Dan Bentley of Wolverhampton Wanderers. He's a goalkeeper, 30 years of age, and Arsenal are interested in signing him as a backup to David Raya. Now, he's only got, as I said, 1 year left on his contract, valued at around about £2 million, so not a lot of money. We know the situation with regards to goalkeepers. We've got 2 top quality goalkeepers. We've now signed Raya on full-time for £27 million. He got the Golden Glove last season. He's going to get the gloves this season. Aaron Ramsdale looks like he's going to be moving on. Or could this guy even be coming in as a number 3 goalkeeper? And, you know, Hein going out on loan. We don't know, but certainly Arsenal's showing an interest in Dan Bentley. As I said, it'd be a low fee, and Wolverhampton Wanderers are only interested in selling him if they do get a suitable bid for him. Interesting. Will he be number 2 or will he be number 3? Certainly, I can't see Aaron Ramsdale staying this summer. So surely he's coming in as backup to David Raya. He's, you know, been backup to Sarr there up in Wolves, and has done it very competently. Let's see how that one develops out. But David Ornstein breaking that one last night. Arsenal also interested in Brian Brobbey, according to Sunsport. They say that Arsenal are showing a big interest in the Dutch striker, who is away with the Netherlands squad at the moment. Of course, they come up against England on Wednesday in the semi-final. He had a good season last year, despite Ajax having a really, really poor time of it. He had 18 goals and 10 assists. Has been linked with Arsenal before, linked with Manchester United before. He said would love to get a move to the Premier League. There's several teams over in Serie A who want him, you know, want to bring him over to Italy. But he said to favour a move to the Premier League. Would Brian Brobbey be the answer? Not even starting for the Netherlands at the moment. Should we look at that and think, well, you know, for £30 million, which is what Ajax want for him, is, you know, starting behind Weghorst. You know, every time they bought on a player or bought on a striker, Weghorst has been the one who's come on. It hasn't been Brian Brobbey. But listen, different teams, different styles. Could he be the answer for Arsenal in that striking position? I'm not sure about this rumour, but let's keep an eye on it and see how it all develops out. And Federico Chiesa of Juventus, a couple of years ago, super hot winger, really talented player. You saw him playing in the Euros, but Juventus are willing to sell him. Available for a cut price, £21 million. He has had a lot of injuries over the last few years. I mean, when he was sort of running hot, I don't think you would have been got any interest from Juventus in selling him for at least 70 to 80 million pounds. Now they're willing to let him go for around about 21 million pounds. He's on big wages at Juventus, around about 150,000 pounds a week. So looks like they want to shift that wage bill. Should Arsenal make a move for him? He's been linked with Arsenal already this transfer window. Can play on the right wing, can play on the left wing as well. Would be a great backup to Saka, would be great competition to Saka if he'd be willing to play that competition role. But should Arsenal move for Federico Chiesa of Juventus? Available this summer. We're looking for a right winger. £21 million. That looks like an absolute steal. Really like to get your opinions in it in the comments. Please let me know, should Arsenal make a move for Federico Chiesa? Listen, thanks for watching the show today. As I said to you earlier on, don't forget to check out the In Focus on Riccardo Calafiori, who looks like he is definitely on his way to the Arsenal.